Hey, what's up, guys? Bill the Universe. I had like a crazy experience, and so I'm like on this journey of letting go and letting God take over my life. And it's kind of hard to start. It's kind of hard to know where to start. So have patience with me. Um, but basically, is I've started my life all over again. Especially in these last few months, after taking care of my mom for about 5 years, and she had really bad dementia, and now she's like catatonic almost completely. And that's when you don't move, you forget how to walk and how to talk, and eventually you forget how to swallow and breathe and stuff like that. So that's kind of the stage where my mom is like, she's in those advanced stages, and that's where she's heading to right now. So I actually don't know how much longer my mom has. And so uh, um and after our house burned down, that's crazy. I didn't expect this at all. After our house burned down, and she got really, really bad, so she had to go um off somewhere else because I couldn't take care of her anymore. And and then my brother disowned me. That's crazy. I didn't expect this at all. Um, so I've started this new life, and this book right here. That's my great grandmother's Bible. It's in Spanish, and I mean I speak Spanish, but not not Bible Spanish. So I'm actually learning a lot of Spanish reading that, and it's it's really nice because my mom was really spiritual, and so was my grandmother, so was my great grandmother. So for me to inherit that, this Bible is like super important to me, and so I'm on this journey of completely letting go and letting God take care of my life, and because my mom was so sick, uh, what is this thing? Because my mom was so sick, I have her phone like currently, I have my phone and her phone, and she doesn't need it. She's far beyond you know functioning her phone, and I never cut it off. It's like both phones are on my plan, so I haven't gotten around to cutting off her service. And so anyway, yeah, I was just having a long conversation with God and Jesus, about relinquishing my need to control my life, and relinquishing the lack of trust that I have in God. And I always thought I was a pretty faithful person. Um, so anyway, I looked over at my mom's phone, and her Bible app, will send you like the verse of the day, and so the verse that I read last night was Proverbs 16, chapter 16, verse 3. Um, and it says, "Commit your works to the Lord, and your plans will be established." So I was of course thinking, well, how do I was praying. I was like, how do I commit my my works to the Lord? I was praying, how do I commit my works to you? What would you like me to do? And I love Chat GBT. So I put in, I just put in commit your works to the Lord and your plans will be established. And then ChatGPT said, that's Proverbs 16:3, a powerful reminder that surrendering your efforts to a higher purpose brings stability and success. And I thought that was very interesting because that's exactly where I am right now, is letting go and surrendering myself, And I always thought I was really good at that, surrendering myself and my life to my faith, and to God. And, I did ask to see Jesus last night. And so anyway, I woke up from this crazy dream, like really crazy dream that it was like, I don't even know if I should read it. I mean, I write down my dreams. I guess I'll read it real quick. It's not long at all. This is my dream that I had last night. And it was kind of interesting because it's like a Magha moon. I always write down where the moon is, and the moon is in Magha, which is my sun, Venus, Mars is in Magha. So it's a very, very intimate placement for me. Magha is a star at the head of the lion of Leo. So I'm a Leo sun. Anyway, moon's in Leo. And so I wrote, the world is under crisis, or at least Houston is, because that's where I live. I get to my childhood apartment, which is always, if you have a dream and you're going to your childhood home, I mean, that's deep, Anyway, I say my mom is there in her sickness. There's like a dead rat, which is interesting because the rat actually is the yoni animal for Magha, which is the star of Leo that we're in right now. So that was interesting. But anyway, it says the open mouth flies everywhere. So this rat was been dead in the living room for a long time. My mom is happy and oblivious, which she is. Even in her sickness, she's just like, smiling and, you know, Jasmine is there, who's my niece. I go to the bedroom and Margie is there in bed looking pale and dead. Margie's my aunt, my mom's baby sister. I ask, "Are you sick?" She says yes, but then instantly she's better. There's naked pictures of me on my mom's phone since our phones are synced. I don't know what that's about. Um, Jasmine and Margie saw them, and so that was embarrassing. Margie is saying that I've been neglecting my mom, and I haven't seen my mom in a few months, but not because I'm neglecting her. Margie is saying that I've been neglecting her, and I told her she was being hypocritical since no one visited us the whole time I was taking care of my mom, and then she laughed. There's these wild, feral, rabid, like squirrels or ferrets, and they're everywhere attacking people and killing them. Which is interesting because actually yesterday I was hearing about how this type of avian flu is actually killing these like birds and squirrels in the Houston area. Anyway, armed forces were fighting them off every day. I had a machete ready to whack them, but I think I failed, and then I woke up. So then I woke up, and I woke up in this my new apartment. My bedroom doesn't have any windows, and so it's kind of like really strange. That first night that I woke up, it was like pitch black, like there's no windows. So I was kind of like freaking out and kind of like frantically searching for my computer, and I opened the door so I can like get some light, and it just made me like that fear, of not being able to see, of being disoriented. um it just, for some reason, it made me think about the Bible verse of commit all your works, completely surrender to God. And I had the question in my mind, like, would you go blind for Jesus? And this has everything to do with committing yourself and surrendering, and I was ashamed because, at that moment, the answer was no. because I wanted my eyes. I wanted to see. You know, I woke up, it was like 3 in the morning, and it was pitch black. Um, and I just sat there for a couple of minutes, and I was ashamed because it just I always thought I was good at surrendering my life to God. And when I woke up afraid, and because I couldn't see, it kind of reminded me that no, I don't actually relinquish as much as I thought. I actually don't trust in God or in the Lord as much as I thought. I always thought I did, but this dream and the subsequent, like disorientation, the fear that crept in me when I woke up, it was pitch black. I mean, it's like crazy. There's no windows in my bedroom. You can't even see your hand in front of you. So I was just like, I was upset at myself because I realized that my trust in God wasn't as deep as I thought, you know. And what's crazy is that, I mean, I was so kind of like fearful that I was even afraid to close my eyes and go back to bed because just that darkness was scary, you know. And but then what was crazy is that I did close my eyes eventually, and I did kind of reorient myself. And what I did realize, so I closed my eyes and I had this flash of being in a desert, and in the middle of this desert was this lake, and I knew that it was like Jesus. I knew it was his healing power. It was his healing love, his water, you know. And so even though I couldn't see with my own eyes, when I closed my eyes, I could visualize that desert and that very, very peaceful, beautiful lake. And so I went down to the lake. This is all my vision, my internal vision. And I went down to the lake and I drank the water, and I lost all of my anxiety. I lost all of my fear. Even though I still couldn't see, I wasn't afraid. I wasn't, I wasn't anxious. I wasn't worried. I knew that that lake, that pristine lake in the middle of the desert, was Jesus. Um, and so of course I thanked Jesus, and I realized that what I realized was that I desire my spiritual vision, and spiritual vision is a lot different from your physical vision. If you're born blind, it doesn't matter because you still have your spiritual eyes. And I think that was one of the 2 points out of the dream and out of the moments that transpired when I woke up. That was one of 2 points. The first point was that no, I actually don't trust in the Lord as much as I thought, you know. And then the second point was um, drink from the lake of Jesus, and your spiritual eyes will be restored. And your spiritual eyes is really all that you should desire. So, and that was a crazy dream. It was crazy morning. Um, yeah, and the fact that it's all in Maka moon, and my sun. So right now the moon is conjunct my natal sun, Venus, Mars. Um, so it just really hit home for me. I guess that's it. Um, but what's interesting also is that I actually, in a way, desired for God to weigh my spirit, to kind of, you're at the gym, and if you're into fitness, you weigh yourself periodically because you're checking in on yourself. And so when I asked God to allow me to relinquish my need to control my own life, obviously he would have to weigh my spirit, you know. And it kind of reminded me of, like, the ancient Egyptian culture where, they put your heart and they weigh it against a feather. And I opened up Proverbs 16:3 in this Bible, my great grandmother's Bible, and I saw that she didn't circle the third verse, but she did circle the second verse. And so I was like, well, let me look up the second verse. And Proverbs 16:2 says, all the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but let the Lord weigh the spirit. And so I put that in ChatGPT, and it says that the verse is a reminder that we often justify our own actions thinking they're right, but God sees our true intentions and motives. And I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was perfect, you know? And so when I realized that I didn't trust in the Lord as much as I thought, I was a little bit ashamed and disappointed because I didn't like the weight. I didn't like the result that I saw when God weighed my spirit. But then I also thanked him. I said, thank you for weighing my spirit. Thank you for showing me just not how much work I need to do, because it actually was not about work at all. Like, not even a little bit. It's actually about relinquishing, letting go. So, I thanked him for weighing my spirit so that I know how much more I need to let go. So anyway, um, I've got so much on my mind that really put me in a certain mood. And yeah. All right.